Peace, family. So today, basically, I got inspiration from something that just took place at work, along with like a testimony of mine I would like to share. So basically, I had these two young gentlemen. Why they didn't say they were Jehovah Witness, that's kind of the vibe they gave because they were trying to tell me about God. So I tried to test their water to see if they really believe what they telling me themselves or if they practice what they preaching. So why they kept giving me roundabout answers because they were telling me like, how God gave them this happiness, and they were telling me about how they got testimonies, but why they wouldn't tell me exactly what the testimony was, I decided to give them mine. And I was basically letting them know like that God still saves me to this day, because they were making it seem like it was a one-time thing, but they wouldn't tell me like how he saved them. They wouldn't give me a story. So I'm like, he still saved me to this day. He just saved me, matter of fact, like last week. And I'm about to tell y'all how. So basically, like I've been on a semen retention journey, and with that comes the battle of lust. So I definitely been battling with that, and it all started. This is how it started. So like last week, my bro Cam was telling me about. He showed me a picture, matter of fact, of a snake, a dead snake that was on the curve of somewhere, and it was exactly like where we hang out outside. There was a dead snake. So he showed me the picture. I didn't think none of it. Cool. Fast forward 2 or 3 days later, I'm at work and I'm on the phone with somebody that's like a mentor to me, and he was telling me like we were gonna go fishing, and he was telling me like I might need to wear boots. And he asked me like was I afraid of snakes? So I told him no. And after finishing conversing with him, and right after I got off the phone with him, somebody came and told me, hey, there's a snake outside, and there was a lot of kids playing out there at the time, so that's why they came and got me. So I went out there, and two different people, like two separate different people, told me the snake just fell from the sky. So I went out there. I'm looking around. I don't see the snake, and the last place they said it was in the bushes. So I'm out there in the bushes with like this big stick that I got outside, and the little kids, they were helping me as well to find the snake. So we looking around. We trying to get the snake up out the bushes. Like after we finally spotted it, and once we got the snake out of the bushes, I just knew intuitively, I had to kill it without knowing the exact reason besides the fact that it could be poisonous and may harm one of these children. So at first I'm whacking the snake, whacking it. I didn't really want to kill it. So I'm just like whacking it, and it's just sitting there like spitting this little tongue out. The kids, they're kind of getting in the way, trying to help me kill it. And then so finally that's when I struck it with the intent to kill. Like once I seen the snake trying to like bite at the kids, I had to stop playing and kill it. So initially I'm trying to figure out like why did God let that play out? Because I knew instantly that was God. Like there was no way. Like I literally was just on the phone with my mentor, and he asked me, was I afraid of snakes? And then before that, we were on the subject of like the Adam and Eve story. I kid you not, like right before we started talking about fishing and doing all these different things. So I called him immediately, like after I killed the snake or whatever. And the kids, they were trying to overkill it or whatever. We finally put it in the trash. So I called him back and told him what just happened. And he didn't give me an answer because I asked him, I'm like, why do you think God allowed that to happen? He was just basically saying, you shouldn't question God or whatever. So after I hung up with him, I sat there, and then it finally dawned on me. I looked at the snake as metaphorically. That snake was a metaphor for like that spirit of lust that I've been battling with. And see, it's the same way. It's the same way. Like lust, like the same way I dealt with a snake, it's kind of how I was dealing with lust. Like I would just like attack it, and I'm not really trying to kill it. Like I wasn't striking it with the intent to kill. I'll just like sweep it under the rug and then it build back up. So that's the message I got from killing the actual snake. I got to kill that spirit completely, especially if I want to save my future kids, because I don't have kids, by the way, just yet. But for like my future kids, that snake and that spirit of lust, I can't play with it because it can be venomous, and it can harm either me or the actual children. So like that was a situation where I definitely considered God saved me, because like my faith usually is solid for the most part, but then I do have my questions. I'm human. I do have my questions of why. And then we like to compare ourselves to other people, like why, or you would think like, well, if he forgave so and so, he could forgive, and that's besides the point. So he sent me that message, and it restored my faith, and that's kind of what I was trying to explain to them young gentlemen. And another moment when I was on the phone with the mentor I was telling you about, I thought I killed like a lion or something. So I had this stick, and I was jokingly on the phone with him. I'm like, oh, should I keep the stick? And then I like how he held me accountable. He said no, and he brought up a proverb of there's a fall, there's pride before a haughty fall. I don't know if I'm quoting that right, and that also brought me down to like where I needed to be. It helped me to remember that I need to be humble. Like I said all this to let y'all know, you should be careful, like who you take messages from, especially people that's trying to consider themselves preachers or ministries, because it's like the blind leading the blind. Because like there was two gentlemen, neither one of them could tell me like an actual testimony like how I just told y'all. So yeah, y'all stay sharp out there. Peace be unto you.